So we're going to be taking a look at how you could set up any QMK compatible keyboard with VIA support today. I'm going to assume that you have an understanding of how QMK is compiled on a local install and also how Keyboard Layout Editor works. But with that said, we're just going to dive into the computer and take a look because honestly, it's very simple and I think this video is only going to be about 5 minutes long. So let's get into it. Here we are now inside of VS Code, and as you can see, I'm just within the directory for my Scotto long keyboard. This is the Scotto long for those of you who don't know. And we're just going to duplicate the default key map here. So we're just going to duplicate this like so, and we're going to rename this folder VIA. Now we're going to go back to VS Code here, and you're going to see under key maps we now have the VIA directory, and we're going to open up rules.mk, and we're going to simply add VIA_enable equals yes. And now this is important that with this part you take note that yes is lowercase. It can cause issues if it isn't. And that's really all we need to do with the key map. Now what we need to do is jump over into info.json. So we want to take a look at inside of info.json this USB object here, and basically want to define a vendor ID and a product ID. The product ID is going to be directly related to the vendor ID. And basically the vendor ID is your initials or the first 2 letters of your brand name. For me, it's obviously Scotto Keep, so I have SK. And how exactly do we find that? Well, if we jump over into a browser here, and we take a look at ASCII to text hex code converter, we can actually just type in SK, convert that to a hex output, 534B, and you can see that that is our vendor ID. Now, the issue with this is that if, say, you have 2 devices plugged in and they're sharing the same vendor ID and product ID, VIA won't know which one is which, and it will run into issues. This shouldn't be an issue in 99% of cases because it's very unlikely you're going to have 2 identical devices plugged in that will share the same vendor and product ID. But if you do run into an issue with VIA not detecting it, do keep that in mind that it's possibly the vendor or product ID being mirrored to another device you have plugged in. But with that said, what we're going to do now is jump over to Keyboard Layout Editor and start actually defining what we need to create the board inside of VIA. Here we are now inside of Keyboard Layout Editor, and all I'm going to do here is go to the raw data and actually load the layout for my Scotto long keyboard. Some of you might have this already. If you don't, you're going to have to manually create it, but it's pretty self-explanatory with how to actually create a layout. Whatever this looks like, mirror it inside of Keyboard Layout Editor. Pretty simple. All we have to do now is match each one of these keys to the actual matrix definition within info.json. So it's pretty simple. We can see 0010. This is where I said you should have a basic understanding of where QMK kind of relates stuff in the matrix and whatnot. I do have a video that I'll link that kind of explains this if you are curious about that. All we're going to do here is just go through each key and in the top left legend add those matrix definitions. So now you can see that this whole matrix here matches what we have in our QMK definition on the info.json. All we're going to do now is just take note of this raw data in here, and we have to create another JSON file called via.json, which is what VIA will use to actually identify the board. And then we're pretty much done. Here we are inside of via.json. All I did was create this under the actual directory for the keyboard within the QMK project directory. So we just have via.json here. And basically all you have to do is give it a name. You have to give it a vendor ID and a product ID that actually matches what you defined earlier in the video within info.json right here. And then the last thing is you want to define the matrix, the overall matrix size. It doesn't matter if you have, say, on like this board, we have a longer spacebar on the bottom row here. You just want to define the overall matrix. So this is 4 columns and then 10 rows across. So the overall matrix size. The final thing in here is that we're going to go to Keyboard Layout Editor. We're going to copy this JSON from here. We're going to go back over and we're going to just paste it inside of the key map. And then I'm also going to just format this so it's a little prettier. And that is all we need to do inside of here. Before we actually hop into the VIA configurator, it's actually important, I should have mentioned this, is that you do want to flash the firmware onto the board, of course, so flash the VIA key map. So we're just going to do that real quick here with this command and just let it flash. There we go. Now we have the VIA key map on it and we can jump into VIA configurator. Here we are inside of VIA, and what you're going to see is that it obviously doesn't detect the board by default. It's a little annoying because you need to get both your keyboard into QMK firmware first, so merge into the main branch, and then you also need to get the VIA key map that you created or the VIA configuration merge into the VIA branch. So you need to merge 2 things to actually get it auto-detected. For me, I don't deal with that process, so I just kind of save the files locally, and then I load them into VIA manually, and it's not really a big deal. But what you need to do first is go to settings, and you just need to enable the show design tab so you can get this tab here. And then all you want to do is just load that via.json that you just created. So we're going to load that, and you're going to see that it loads up this board. And then if we go to configure, you can see here's the board. So this is it. It's on here in VIA now. I can do whatever I want here. So if I open up this and I press spacebar, obviously it's going to be space. But if I change space to say F and I open that up, now it's doing F, so it does what I want it to. The thing with this that's cool about the way I just showed you how to do this is that if you base everything off a default key map within QMK, it will actually keep things such as layer tap. So you can see here that I have layer tap, or I have even more advanced tap dance functions too. It will actually still use those, so it doesn't overwrite them, but if you do change the actual key on VIA, then it will overwrite it, and you'll have to reflash your firmware to get that back. But it's just kind of a nice thing that you kind of have like a hybrid board where it's still living kind of in QMK, but also still living inside of VIA. But with that said, I don't think there's really much else to show you here. This video is probably very short and hopefully coherent enough to help you understand it as simple as possible. And that's really all I got for you today. I have some cool videos coming out in the next few weeks. I've been taking a little bit of a break over the last few weeks, kind of working and preparing some stuff, but hoping to maybe do a live stream here soon, hoping to have another build out here soon, and also talk about a few more configurators, because there's also Vile, and then there's another tool from Jan Long, I don't know his last name, I'm bad with names, but another fellow YouTuber that made a cool tool for QMK compatibility, which I'll like to talk about soon. And then also I have another sponsored video with another build, so I have quite a few videos coming out here soon. But with that said, hopefully you got some use out of this video, and I'll see you next time.